Mark Fleetwood, a side that have not scored many, not conceded many so far this season. Is it going to be a tight and cagey affair, do you think?
I don't know is the honest answer. I can't predict the future, but up until last week, we'd similar starts to the season, both positive, both strong. Don't concede many goals, don't score, as you say. So, but every game of football is different, isn't it? I think they've had a very solid start to the season. New managers obviously started in a positive beginning. So, as always, we'll expect a really tough game of football.
We're coming to the end of the first month of the season. As a manager or a head coach, do you have points totals in mind for how much you'd like per month? How do you work it?
No, I've personally never worked like that, and I've worked it as a player. I've worked in that environment. It was something we did last year at my previous club. It's not something I do. It's not something I'm particularly look at, to answer the question.
Do you think there's benefits to not having that pressure of wanting to get certain points a month, especially if you fall behind what you need to get?
I just think games are completely different. You'll win games you're not expected to win. You'll lose games you are expected to win. I just think it's too difficult to predict. We just focus on each game as it comes. The understanding of what we're trying to do on a daily basis and where we're trying to get to, and I think trying to put in our core principles and how we visualise what the game should look like, maximising our strengths, is what we focus on more than anything, and we believe that with that we'll get the results. But I think it's very, very difficult to predict what's going to happen going forward.
The players that are coming in on the Tuesday night games at the moment in the League Cup, are they pushing for starts in the league, do you think? Are they doing enough to put pressure on the players they're coming in for?
100%. One thing I won't do is give people a game just to play minutes. I don't work like that. A good example tonight, and I hope it doesn't sound too negative, but we had 6 subs because we unfortunately had a few injuries at the minute. But I spoke to Jez about it, and I was saying, like, to get on the bench you have to earn it. You have to work your socks off. It has to be done on merit, and I'd rather go with a couple of bodies less if I have to. So it's the same for picking a team. You have to warrant the opportunity to get in the team. Yeah, there's absolutely no doubt about that, mate.
And Sean Rowan's one of those players who certainly seems to be impressing at left back. What does he need to do to try and get into the starting 11? What are you looking for to get from him?
Sean's done well. He's had a good pre-season, as a Jamie. Minutes-wise, he had similar minutes in the off-season. Obviously, Sean played against Doncaster. He played well in that. I thought he played very well against Barrow. And I have said to him, put me in a position where I've got to make a decision. Put me in a position where you can knock on my door and say, when you're not playing, really. And he's done what we've asked him. He's done well, as have all the others. So sometimes it might be a case of you're doing well, but the guy in front of you is doing a little bit better.
Injury updates for Ben House. How's he looking?
Trained today, so that was good. Nice to see him back on the grass, and I'm not aware of any reaction anyway, so that's positive.
Adam Jackson with his dead leg?
So unfortunately, Adam, it sounds strange because a dead leg is a dead leg, and when we found out he had a dead leg, we were actually quite pleased because it's not a muscle injury, it's not a tear or anything like that. But I think chatting to Kieran this morning about as dead legs go, Kieran was saying it's the worst he's seen. I've never known somebody to be out for so long, but he's had real problems with that, and he's a tough guy. Pain threshold is high, but he was out on the grass today, but it was a load compromised day. It was minimal stuff, so he's a little bit off as yet.
And Danny Mandrew, I know you said he's having an injection. How's that gone? Has that helped?
Yeah, Danny trained today. Great to have him back. Caught the eye in training today. Certainly on the ball. Not sure about off it. And it was great to have him back. It was nice to see him out there because, I feel for Danny, having come away from home. He's on his own. Left his family in Dublin with his partner, and it's really, really tough. And the one release you get is playing football. So, to be injured, to be on the sidelines, it's difficult to connect with your team and the group because while they're out training, you're in the gym, and you're just on completely different time.
And with him, is it a bit like Charles Vernon because he'd been playing over in Ireland? It's not a Joe Walsh situation where you need to get a pre-season into him.
Yes, I'm cautious saying that because Joe Walsh has got a very bespoke training program because he's he's been out for such a long time, which is right. Danny was in the middle of a season, and he's had his pre-season quite unique because obviously the Irish League's a summer league, but he has also been out for quite some time. So it's great that he's got his base. It's great that he's got his foundations, because it's very difficult when you miss pre-season to catch up on everybody else. So that's a big plus. But we have to be careful with him out because he has been out for a considerable bit of time.